All rights to the characters and storyline of Fruits Basket belong solely to its creators and copyright holders. This text is a fan-created interpretation and does not claim any ownership or official affiliation with the creators or distributors of Fruits Basket. All references to the characters and their development are based on the original work and are intended solely for entertainment and discussion purposes. Get Home Safe, a Fruits Basket fanfiction. The sun was beginning to rise, casting a golden hue over the quiet neighborhood. Tohru and Kyo walked side by side, the morning air filled with the promise of a new day. The streets were empty, their footsteps were the only sound breaking the silence. Kyo's new dojo was a few blocks away from their new apartment, a move that had been grueling and emotional. Today was the first day he would be opening its doors, and Tohru had insisted on walking with him to see him off. As they approached the entrance, Toru's steps grew slower, her hand tightening around Kyo's. He glanced at her, sensing her hesitation. "Tohru, what's wrong?" he asked softly, his voice filled with concern. She looked up at him, her eyes shimmering with unspoken feelings. "I'm just having a hard time saying goodbye," she admitted, her voice barely above a whisper. Kyo's expression softened. He pulled her into a gentle hug, his arms wrapping around her securely. "Hey, it's not really goodbye," he murmured into her hair. "I'll see you when I get home." Tohru buried her face in his chest, taking in the warmth and comfort of his embrace. "I know, it's just... everything is so new, I guess. It's just a long walk home." Kyo sighed, knowing the deeper truth behind her statement. Kyo pulled back slightly, lifting her chin with his fingers so she could look at him. "We've been through a lot together, Tohru, and it's just another step. And besides," he added with a small smile, "you're stronger than you think." Tohru smiled back, a blush creeping onto her cheeks. "Thank you, Kyo. I needed to hear that." He leaned in, pressing his forehead against hers. "I love you, Tohru, and no matter what, I'll always come back to you." Toru's heart swelled with affection. "I love you too, Kyo." Kyo took a moment to glance around the empty street, the stillness of the early morning providing a sense of intimacy and calm. He took a deep breath, his grip on Toru's hand tightening. He knew he should go in. He knew he was running out of time. "Remember the day the curse broke?" he asked, his voice tinged with something mixed between joy and sorrow. Tohru nodded, her eyes reflecting the memories they shared. "I think about it every day. It will forever be etched into my mind." Kyo smiled softly, rubbing his wrist where his beads used to sit. "Yeah, and now here we are. You've always been my anchor, Tohru. Even when I didn't notice it, you were there, keeping me grounded." Toru's heart fluttered at his words. She reached up to touch his face, her fingers tracing the familiar lines of his jaw. "And you've always been my strength, Kyo. You've given me so much courage." They stood there in the quiet morning, lost in each other's eyes, their hearts beating in sync. The world around them seemed to fade away, leaving just the two of them in their own little bubble of love and comfort. After a moment, Kyo took a step back, his hand still holding hers. "I should get inside," he said reluctantly, glancing at the dojo's entrance. "But I'll be thinking about you all day." Tohru nodded, her eyes glistening with unshed tears. "I'll be thinking about you too, and I can't wait to hear all about your first day when you get home." Kyo smiled with a hint of mischief in his eyes. "And maybe we can celebrate tonight, just the two of us." Toru's cheeks turned a deeper shade of pink, but she nodded eagerly. "I'd like that." Kyo gave her one last squeeze before letting go, took a step towards the dojo, then turned back for one final kiss. It was soft and sweet, filled with all the love and promise they held for each other. With a renewed sense of strength and confidence, Tohru turned to head back home, feeling lighter, knowing that no matter where life took them, they would always have each other. As she walked away, Kyo watched her go, his heart filled with love and anticipation for the future they were building together. The day was just beginning, and with Kyo by her side, Tohru felt ready to face anything that came their way. "Please get home safe," he whispered to himself before turning and heading into the new dojo. Hi, my name is Angel and I hope you like this. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe. If you want to hear more, check out my website, or if you want my books in an easier to read format, check out my Wattpad. If you're interested, check out my latest book, Quiet Moments of Recovery. I hope you have a wonderful day.